Work on this drawing a little bit more and show you that you can always sharpen your pencil, and it's a good idea. There's lots of methods to sharpen your pencil, and this is one of them. It's using a utility knife. And what I learned this method, and I was told to place my finger underneath the point, directly underneath, and then to have an angle to the knife. And it helps if you can do this into a trash can so that it catches all of your shavings. So this way you can make a very sharp point, and I have cut myself, but it rarely happens, and that's the fear, is that your thought is that you're cutting towards your finger, but it just works out okay that you support the material as you shave away to a nice point. I'm going to clean this up. And the utility knife is one method, and there are other methods to sharpen your pencil. This is one of them. And I urge you to consider the crudeness of drawing materials from ochres and charred bits of vegetable matter, and then the refinement of a tool like this. This is a lead holder, and I plunge the back, and it releases this grip on that lead or graphite rod, and that goes inside of there, and this tool sharpens it. I've got two options. It took me a while to figure out how to use this, and I put it in there, and it grinds a fine point onto that lead or the graphite rod, putting a small, sharp dome at the top of a long cylinder of the graphite. One thing I've noticed is that basics of two-point perspective are learned through rote exercises, meaning we make lots of drawings in order to understand them. And I've done this little drawing just as practice and to illustrate a few points. One thing that I note on beginning students' drawings that happens often is this point right here. This point often angles up a little too high, and if a drawer can remember that these lines that are parallel in the form itself, if those lines converge to a common point along the horizon line, then those lines will converge to a common point and they'll angle towards one another. And this line should get put there, this one laying down flat, and it's helpful to draw lightly as you begin so that each successive mark that you understand as being a known in space can the right line quality treatment. And to note also the diagonals. These points, making these lines on any parallelogram, give us the center of the object and establish the plane of that shape. And these lines also have converging lines associated with them. Now, this line converges to this line and this line over here. Along a line that encompasses the point of this vanishing point over on the left-hand side. And these converge to a point along a line, the vanishing point, to the right-hand side. And this way we can maintain equal spacing of these individual units and create space in this this two-dimensional surface we can imply 3 dimensions, and that's why I like to say it's the biggest little thing that there is. Now, as far as tools go, utility knife and a sharpener are certainly good ones, as a ruler is as well. It can really help you firm up your lines. And you can find those vanishing points as well with the ruler, and putting a piece of tape or an erasable mark on your surface, or some sort of affixing a point up there that might even be off your page is often a helpful thing to really draw a nice two-point perspective drawing. And the ruler helps keep everything aligned accordingly.
All right, asynchronous.